No.
You little fucking slut!
Shut on, that's them.
I saw that at some point and I was like, damn. Oh, Siri just turned on. Oh.
So this is going to be the settings part of the video. Because I'm going to mention a few things, I'm going to give a timestamp exactly when my settings are going to be, because I feel like some things that I have to tell you guys. So the first thing, I haven't uploaded in a month because of boredom. Honestly, I don't know, it never felt like I wanted to upload, and obviously I didn't really want to force myself. So that's why I didn't upload, and you know, I started off with the settings video just to kind of make it a bit easier on myself, to be honest. I know that sounds dumb, it's just a YouTube video, but when I get the first one out, I feel like that's when I can start uploading consistently. So the next thing, I've moved to a PS4 controller because the Xbox Series 2 is yet again became defective. The durability on that controller is horrendous, and I was an anti Xbox moment and just switched to a PS4 controller. I cannot use Control Freaks on my PS4 controller as well because it's got scuff sticks, so you know that kind of set me back a bit as well, but I'm kind of used to it. The next thing is I've switched input curve from an exponential input curve to linear, and that's all I've got to mention. So yeah, here are my settings. This is not 60 FPS by the way, it's 237. You can see at the bottom left. I'd explain why I use 237, but a lot of you guys already know, and I don't want this video to be too long, kind of. Allow multi-thread rendering, I have this on because this helps with my FPS. Sprint by default on, auto open doors on, auto sort consumables to the right, have this on because of early games, like when I literally just drop, I do not have the amount of time to switch around my inventory. Confirm edit release, I've got this off, and I have replays on just to VOD review myself, because I do start to play, I have started playing competitive now. 60% HUD scale, I've got this quite low because it is opaque, such as your minimap, your inventory. So because it's opaque, it's giving you less visibility, so you can't see as much of what's actually in front of you, which is very important. So obviously you still have to read it, so 60% is the lowest to the point where I can still read where the next circle's going in end games. 1.6 building, 1.9 editing, 100% X and Y. I know these are fucking insanely high settings for lots of people, but you can, or most people can adapt to some settings if you put in the effort. I would explain why I went to a 10-10 but or 100-100, but I don't want to go into some whole tangent, you know, it's just a long story. But 100%, 100%, I don't use these sensitivities like people would imagine me to. I can control 100% on X and Y quite well, surprisingly, to be honest. I've just always been like a high sensitive player on everything. I don't know why, but it's just something that I can manage. 1.6 build and a 1.9 editing. Even though I said that again, I just wanted to kind of go over it again, which is very high for these settings, by the way. For 10-10 or 100-100, 1.9 editing is very high, by the way. 12% on the ADS and vertical speed, and I forgot to say no boosts. Look dampening time on 0 seconds. This helps with input delay, so it's really going to make your controller a lot more responsive. Linear is my input curve. I do not use legacy anymore. I didn't even get to show you guys my legacy settings because I did change. I was going to make videos on it, but I just didn't. Left stick dead zone 10%, right stick dead zone 5%. Do not have foot controller on. Here are my audio settings. Yeah, just personal preference. Keybinds, switch towards left stick. Circle is edit, which is a paddle, by the way. Roof piece is L2, L1 is stair piece, R1 is floor piece, sorry. R2 is wall piece. I've got to say that I aim in with L1 and shoot with R1 and switch weapons with L2 and R2. I'll explain why, but it was mainly just to do with the controller fault I had. Into build controls, chat picker plays interact with my right stick, square is rotate, confirm is L1, select is R1, and reset is my right stick. So if this video was helpful for you or just enjoyable, then leaving a like would help me out a lot. And I'm sorry I brushed my mic with my right shoulder. Why am I specifying which shoulder? I've not made one of these videos in a while, so it's kind of a bit over the place. I might be waffling, I don't know. But last thing I'll say, if you do want to help me out, use my code. That is not my code, that's Dean's code. But if you do want to use his code, I'm sure he would highly appreciate it. But if you want to use my code, it's just LEXH. It might help actually type it in. That's my code in case you're interested and you want to use it. It'd be highly appreciated anyway, but you know, don't need to. Anyway, that's everything. If you do want to help me out yet again, leave a like, and yeah, that's the end of the video.